UK Film Council offered new talent a chance for an informal chat over breakfast with some key industry companies, including the BSS Film Network and Encounter Short Film Festival, all eager to work with new talent.
I think it's been really good this year, actually. This is just attended a business breakfast where I met lots of people, lots of really interesting people, so from all the regional screen agencies as well, which is really useful to make contact with them. I'm actually writing a British set romantic comedy, so I think I would like to see more kind of development support that doesn't rely so much on the application process. I think that's what I find quite difficult, to kind of go through lots of paperwork. It'd be nice to just kind of send a script in with maybe a cover letter and seeing if you can get on the Directors Lab, I think is running here. And I think that was an application process as well, so I kind of didn't do it this year. I might try next year, but I think that'd be really useful.
We're looking for fresh, original voices. I mean, I principally concentrate on producers, directors and new writers, and particularly with the writers we're looking for people that kind of write cinematically and have a good understanding of writing to budget, but are also fresh and original and creative. It's really difficult, it's a number of different factors.
Join us after the break when we met director Richard Quintonowski at the event Anatomy of a Scene to show us exactly what goes on between a film director and cast.
It's very strange because you're doing in public something that usually happens in private, which is a sort of director developing a scene with actors. And it did cross my mind: is this more fun for me and the actors than for the audience? But from getting a little bit of reaction afterwards, I think people found it interesting. It's all about collaboration, and all about communication with other people, and you can't ignore the importance of the actors, because that's what the audience is watching for nearly all the time. And I think it's like, you want a good cinematographer to give you good lighting, but therefore you will give that person a budget and enough time to prepare, etc. And you need to sort of offer the same kind of resources to your cast. Simple as that.
Sometimes you develop and you're never making anything, and it's like you get to 3 years down the line and go, what is it we're making again? What was the excitement about? And we want to be instant filmmakers, so we got actors into a room for 6 weeks. We took them out in the streets, improvised, we got them to create their characters, and then we shot it in 18 days. We brought in people who were ex-addicts, and we'd have days of real people coming in and telling their story, and it was just very emotional.
I think what I don't like is there's an attitude, which I don't know how it's come about, but there's an attitude about Scottish miserableism, this word that keeps getting bandied about miserableism, because we're so miserable and we only make films about dark, difficult issues. Well, so did the French, so did the Danish, so did it's like, why can't we do that? And people go, oh, it's another film about junkies.
Oh,
and
it's the rain in Scotland. It's like, actually, we've made a film that we're desperate for it to go abroad, because I think that it might be more, more appreciated.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have a certain degree of flexibility in terms of the transition from from script to screen, so it's never as if you're just filming a script. You're actually making a film which has some relationship to a script, but it's almost as if you start again. Once you finish the script, you sort of start again and make it into a film.
In doing this film, we came up with big photographs and storyboards and we used to call it getting the monkey out of the bag, because we were like, look at this visually. We started to give them a different medium of pitching, because we went, I don't want to be doing pages of treatments and this and that. I want to kind of guide you in visually.
You know, you need a certain amount of technical knowledge, what you say, grammar, but you can learn this in about 45 minutes. In that, you know, anybody's grandmother could be a director, but it's very difficult to become a very good director, I think.
If you don't hold your ground with your film, you're going to lose it. It's going to start to disperse into the idea that you were enthusiastic, because sometimes too many chefs.
You know, most short films that are made are kind of like mini feature films, and so you have too much plot and it's crammed into 10 or 15 minutes, and the film isn't really a film, it's a sort of calling card. It says, look, I can tell a story, I can keep things in focus, I do nice camera angles, give us a job please. And yet, even a short film, even a 1-minute film, has to be made for an audience, and what an audience wants, I think, especially with a short film, is something a little bit different.
Life is short. Experience it fully. Become a filmmaker. I'm Hannah Tiffin. Thank you for watching.